Together we achieve, together we can fly, reaching for the sky.
Phah University, Meghalaya.
The all-new Banalari Nexa showroom is now open at Mauyongrim near ISBT. Explore premium Nexa cars, book your favorite, and take a test drive. Nexa. Create, inspire.
The next-gen Tata Tiago. Dual-tone interior, dual smartphone deck but wireless charger, blind view monitor, bakiway. Tek kum ki kaliram, hagador ke bejam, tak sao point riulak. Just wow.
Deputy Commissioner ke East Khasi Hills District Abhilash Baranwal IAS Laong bakai ke balaja meninen kasi ka khandai tarik nailar arajara pun rio kadai ke jingja ka baki bor district Kimla ban pediang dalai leiru Laong bakai KSU kelapan jingbet banya rally deki thok bad hapadang ki kendon ki paperking ki bor district kila jingbet yaki hanrai Laong bakila penken penban yakita ki kendon UDC ulai tu bala jingbet bakin peni yaka jing yaki jongki kat kumbala sandur hakari sensyar pajba henry ka japan banda Hongpong bat ka jingjaru kalong ka bastet hadu kata haka bagi bor pulet kemla bante la kamshu ulai tu bagi don khandringot ki beriu ki belasha syo dusman arteli ki kali ki belasha thang arteli ki statue ki lasha penpra bat bun teli ki kali ki lasha lentham mau na kani ke jingja Ulong ba menta ka sarkar kala Phah san Pyrton ki Crpf bat shi Pyrton ki Rapid Action Force ban pej bakanom kata ya ka Shong san haba penpau ke jingso khia halor kani ke jingja UDC Ulong ba ka jingpen mi kum kani ka huri hura ka kata bha ye ki samla ka jalla ki basong basa Shabar jalla khamtam ya kitu ki ba ka sarkar kala yarap bakin yokam Shabar namar ba ka ka balaja ha ka jalla kan phalang Shabarok wigri India bat ka pensyong Syier penban yakin nong Meghalaya ki badan Shabar.
Basically, as you are aware that yesterday a bike rally was organized by Khasi Students Union starting from around 4 p.m. which was duly permitted by the district administration with strict conditions. The rally started from Jayao at around 4 p.m. It ended at Jayao at around 4 p.m. Went around the town and in a series of locations, several incidents of vandalism, arson and assault of innocent bystanders were reported and simultaneously, as was reported, there was desecration of statue of national icons like Swami Vivekanand and freedom fighter Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. So that's the basically factual account of yesterday what has happened. The district administration strongly condemns what has happened yesterday because an incident like this, a series of assaults which can vitiate the peaceful atmosphere of the city, has no place in a civilized and peaceful society. Incidents like these have a very negative bearing on all the efforts being made by the government of Meghalaya in promoting Meghalaya as not only a national but international tourist destination, which is intricately linked to the livelihood promotion of the people. And not just that, one must understand that an incident like this, I'm not saying that it will have, God forbid it should not have, but may have a repercussion on our people who are living outside Meghalaya. We are already seeing that near Jorabad, basically Meghalaya vehicles are being stopped. 1 or 2 vehicles, if I'm not mistaken, have been vandalized. So district administration, the government of Meghalaya is taking it up strongly with the counterpart administration and government. But however, the problem is that these repercussions will further deter the youths of Meghalaya in pursuing employment opportunities outside the state. For example, around 20,000 job opportunities have been recently notified by MSSDS across different parts of the state. We are anyway finding it difficult to mobilize the youth for that, for availing these opportunities. Any possible repercussion in any part of the country will further vitiate that trust. So that's why, we strongly condemn the incident. And finally, at the night, the police had apprehended 3 leaders of the organization, and they had also gone to the office of the organization at Jayao, where after the intervention of the community, they came back. Such incidents happen.
Mobilization.
So, see, first of all, we are aware of the past incidents. However, the government of Meghalaya believes in democratic expression of right of expression of protest. Now, if some organization does apply lawfully for any permission, in the past, if I'd like to brief the media that many a times these protests etc. have been carried out without seeking any permission. This time they had sought permission. Simultaneously, if there is a legal application which has been submitted for a peaceful protest, which we were led to believe would be peaceful, we wanted to facilitate that under strict conditions. That's why the permission letter, we'll be sharing a copy of the same with you guys, wherein we had put down strict conditions so as to ensure that while we facilitate this democratic right of protest, no inconvenience should be caused to the public. We had apprehensions, and that's why we had put security deployment. Around 200 security people were there on the ground. However, now as we see that the route was quite long and there were pockets in which they could take advantage of maybe not not enough deployment of security forces, and the whatever happened. So while issuing permission as well, we did take into account these kind of apprehensions. That's why there were strict conditions. That's why security deployment was there. The permission to organize protests is not a permission to assault, to vandalize, to arson, to hurt children. So that is very clear. Whether our response during the course of rally was sufficient or not is something which we'll examine. It's a very dynamic situation. As you mentioned that it was not really an isolated incident. It kept on occurring throughout the rally. Now, I would like to request to everyone to not see it as that the district administration allowed a rally, a violent rally, to go on a rampage. It was a 3-hour rally in which, as we were receiving inputs, we were trying to respond to the same. But as the situation continued to evolve and it was a dynamic situation, there were incidents which could still happen. But then it was not like the police was, we were not really responding. It's just that it was happening so fast that maybe at times our response was not swift enough. 16 confirmed reports of assault of individuals have taken place. 2 statues of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose and Swami Vivekanand have been vandalized, and simultaneously 2 vehicles, one is a government vehicle and one is a private vehicle bearing registration from outside, they have been torched and arson. So we understand, so that's why 5 additional companies of CAPF, including one company of RAF, has been called and deployed. We are trying to make sure, along with along with district police, we are trying to make sure that no further incidents happen, and any miscreant or anyone who tries to take law into their own hands will be dealt strictly. We want to appeal to all the people of Shillong and East Khasi Hills that they should cooperate with the district administration, police administration. We assure them that we are committed to their safety and security, and if there is anything, they must report to police so that timely action can be taken. But simultaneously, we also want to encourage them to not indulge in rumor mongering, and simultaneously basically cooperate with the law enforcement agency. Rally conditions have been violated. Accordingly, the moment there is a condition in the permission itself that if these conditions are violated, it becomes an unlawful assembly. The permission stands revoked, so it becomes an unlawful assembly. Accordingly, FIR has been filed. Investigation is under process. As you are aware, that police has apprehended the 3 leaders of the organization, and simultaneously all efforts are underway to try and identify those people who were individually also involved in arson, vandalism, and assault.
Certified that it was some other miscreants.
Argument has to be examined against the evidence which is there with us. In this case, if you will see at the start of the rally itself, there were several individuals who were armed with sticks, rods, number plates were covered, they had masks on their faces. Simultaneously, it was not just a couple of incidents which happened along a long route. There were a series of incidents. If you examine these evidences, I don't think that the argument is very consistent with the evidence. I'm not really going to see. It's a matter of investigation. Ultimately, FIR has been filed, whether it was pre-planned, whether it was conspired, whether it was instigated, or whether it was actually some unruly and antisocial elements which tried to hijack their rally. It's something which will be borne out in investigation, and it will be, it's for judiciary to decide. However, as of now, since the incident has happened yesterday only, we have to examine any argument against the evidence which is available with us. And the evidence is there for everyone to see. It's out there in social media, it's there on media channels. I mean, it's up to everyone's guess whether the event was pre-planned or whether they were members of the organization or they were actually unruly elements which tried to take advantage of the bike rally.
Tomorrow, in fact, they have called and sit-in protest.
Especially in light of the incidents which has happened. I mean, I'd like to again take this opportunity to inform you that even when this permission was given to KSU for the bike rally, at that time also through formal, informal communication, we had, not just us, police had also tried to establish communication with them, and we were assured that it's going to be a peaceful rally, that there's not going to be any repeat of past incidents. And even though we did put conditions, but then that assurance did come to us from the organization through formal, informal means. However, since the conditions were violated, since a series of vandalism, arson, and assault cases were reported yesterday, any such permission, the permission which has been given for their sit-in protest for tomorrow, we will be revoking this.
So why has the administration not issued any helpline number?
Personally feel that it is too premature to call it a complete failure of intelligence. We did receive intelligence, that's why the rally was permitted with strict conditions. We did receive some intelligence, that's why security deployment was also there. Now, whether that intelligence was sufficient, whether that was disseminated timely, whether that led to clear understanding of the threats and the dangers is something that we need to examine, and I would not like to prematurely judge on that. But then, yes, I wish that we could have done better. I wish that we had better intelligence.
Okay, Meghalaya maintenance of public order is there. So has it been included in this policy?
To definitely, we are going to invoke that act, and all the damage that has occurred to public and private property, that will, basically under the Meghalaya Maintenance of Public Order Act, we are going to impose financial sanctions.
So they'll have to pay whatever damage.
Yes, as per the act, basically the one who are the organization as well as the individuals who are responsible for that causing damage as part of any procession, rally, etc., they are liable to pay, and we will basically issue orders accordingly. Well, I said in my first statement also, we want to appeal to all the residents of Shillong, be it indigenous community, be it non-tribals, be it tourists, be it those who have just come here for working and earning their livelihood. Do not indulge in rumor mongering. That is one. Secondly, we are committed to their safety and security. Simultaneously, they must cooperate with the law enforcement agency. We have brought adequate security personnel so as to ensure that further such incidents do not occur. And we are in process of increasing the night patrolling and simultaneously ensuring that there is an atmosphere of security and safety within the city. And we want to work hand in hand with the community. I have asked all my sector magistrates that they must reach out to the headmen. In fact, my Sadar sector magistrate has already had this meeting with the localities, with Sadar OC. Similarly, every magistrate as of now is currently dealing with the community, trying to assuage their fears, trying to provide them that sense of safety and security, which is very, very essential for a peaceful living. So I appreciate the question, because I understand that anyone who is in Shillong as of now, I personally believe that there are two things that they are undergoing. One is It's sort of regret, because if you'll see in social media, so many Meghalians are expressing. They are being apologetic. They are being slightly embarrassed also about what has happened yesterday. Simultaneously, there is a certain sense of fear as well. So we want to work with them. We want to assure them that we are committed to their safety and security. In yesterday's incident, we were led to believe that the rally is going to be peaceful, even though we had put conditions, even though we had security deployment, but somehow that trust was not really, that trust was, I'll say that some extent was broken. But then we are committed to their safety and security, and we are ready to work hand in hand with them. And simultaneously, we have adequate security personnel to ensure the same. We must not indulge in rumor mongering. And in case there is any stray incident which is reported across the city, please do reach out to us. Please do reach out to police. We will be responding swiftly to the same. Examining the evidence. There were a lot of people who were involved in vandalism, arson, assault, and police is trying to identify them, and there will be. So basically, it's a part of investigation. As part of investigation, whoever they find have been involved in these kind of activities, they are going to try and arrest them.
What else we should serve?
Precise information of the timing of arrest, I will not be able to give you because I don't have that at my hand. In fact, that is not here in my the letter that the note that I also have. Maybe you can approach SP office for that precise time.
That means the law and order. Which
So they were arrested from, I believe. So I believe that. See, I can not give you verified information. The best person to be able to answer that would be SP. However, if you, if you reach out to me, let's say after half an hour, 1 hour, I'll be able to give you that information.
see the
Arrest. An element of surprise has to be maintained. If you are going to inform everyone, that element of surprise is taken. To be able to create an atmosphere of safety and security within the city, to be able to give a message to the rest of the country as well that Shillong is not comfortable with what has happened yesterday. Police has to show demonstrable action. And in that course of action, they need to arrest people who have been involved in this arson and assault and vandalization. And police did what it was supposed to do. The action was extremely limited to the office of the organization. They went there with the purpose of arresting individuals, and that's why. And any use of tear gas and the use of one stun grenade was only necessitated by the fact that they were attacked by a petrol bomb from the organization.
but that is looking for a type of bomb.
I believe that not really trying to be prejudicial here, but then in these kind of incidents in the past, petrol bombs have been used by the organization for as an expression of protest. Very